Hello, you guys. I hope you're doing well and in high spirits overall. So I was actually doing a financial reading for myself in April, and I thought, wow, this is really feeling good. I will do one for the collective as well. For whoever is seeing this, basically what we're going to be looking at is in April, for the rest of this month, from whenever you're seeing this, how do you align to your highest possible financial prosperity in this month? How do you align to your highest financial prosperity within this month of April? How do you align to your highest financial prosperity? The Hermit. So this could be about taking some time for yourself here, making sure that you take the space you need, okay? The space that you need to be on your own, to recharge, to reflect, to rejuvenate here. There can especially be an energy of needing to reflect, okay? There is a lot focused here on our past wishes and dreams. Some could be feeling stuck here, stuck from this not being able to release an old way of doing something, or an old concept, or an old idea of how a dream has to take place or it has to go. And our dreams can be a lot of different things, right? They can be our career, they can be our pursuits, they can be our passions, they can be our relationships even, right? And it's all connected. It all affects our wellness financially. For some of you, there is an emotional kind of confusion here to sort through. Options that you have. And until you get clear about your own relationship to a hope, a wish, or a dream that you maybe stubbornly won't release, maybe it hurts, everything around still feels kind of blurry compared to what it can be. It can be so much more lucid than this. How do you align to your highest financial prosperity possibility in April? The Sun. A lot of this is about moving into clarity, the things that give you clarity. This is also healthy boundaries, okay? This is focusing on what brings you the energy of liberation, what brings you happiness, especially focusing on what brings you happiness now and doing more of those things. Okay, this is like a within reason message, right? Because often there will be some kind of, effort or work that we might need to put in at this point. Yeah, it's probably not going to change where you're able to change the entire programming of the mind within just a few weeks, so that you can, suddenly just play all day and make millions. This might not be the case, but focusing on what does bring you happiness in each moment, in each day, in each situation, as much as you possibly can, having that appreciation, it's going to bring you more, and it's actually going to bring you more clarity too, because sometimes the more blurry things, they suck our energy, and they just make things even more confusing. How do you align to your highest possible financial prosperity in April for the rest of this month? Please and thank you. I do think for some of you, it's also about staying put, staying where you are, okay? Focusing on where you are now, basically. Doing what you can from here. You don't need to go out necessarily and make a huge move, or focus on making a huge move in order to achieve this, or obtain this, or connect and align to your highest possible financial prosperity path here. And again, the Hermit, similar. It's kind of more about keeping ourselves in a little space on our own when necessary. How else do you align to your highest possible financial prosperity path? King of Swords. This could be about a masculine air energy here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Could talk about fair communication, okay? being a leader with your communication. It could talk about writing something as well. It could talk about being organized. It could talk about a schedule as well, something about your schedule or scheduling that is important. This can help provide you more clarity, more groundedness, clarity of thought and communication. Could also be that air energy. Anything to add to the King of Swords message for how to align to that financial prosperity. Yeah, this is like being very even keel, moving into a place where we are very present, very balanced with our communication, our triggers, our mindsets, our thoughts, okay? For some of you, you may need to release some of, what has built up in a sense, communication-wise, that creates, us being extra triggered by things or people. Releasing the argument, releasing the fight, fighting against the flow, releasing a lot of triggers here through the art of communication. Let's say you just feel very in arguments or in drama or in triggers or in fighting the flow or fighting your thoughts. Well, maybe writing this out, in your own space, or reflecting through this or speaking could really assist here. Or again, getting organized, creating some kind of a scheduling something here. How else to align to your highest possible financial prosperity path in April for the rest of this month? Please and thank you. Justice in reverse. I feel like this is stop trying to get a situation outside of yourself to be fair or just or trying to get the truth. It's actually really about your truth right now. It's really about you, and you can't control something outside of yourself. And you could be like throwing your money out, or throwing your energy away, your time and energy away into something by trying to fight it, battle it, set it straight, set it right. And by throwing your energy away, you're literally throwing your money potential away, right? And doing that. I feel like also stop trying to balance the scales of the universe and karma. Like, this is not in your ability to do right now. It's not in your ability to be the fair keeper either. It's in your ability to take care of your own mentality and balance and fairness right now. You're not supposed to keep it fair for everybody and be the judge for everybody here, okay? This could also be releasing yourself from some kind of a legal system or legal situation, or focus on that. Clarify. Anything to add? Anything to add to justice, please and thank you. Yeah, this is like reveal the truth to yourself. Reveal your reality to yourself, okay? But you can't reveal it elsewhere. It will happen on its own. It will happen naturally. And somebody's just trying to string something, or someone is trying to string you along any direction you go. So if you stop fighting the past and fighting this way, and you start to just move forwards and do your thing, well, they're actually going to start running forwards as well, just to try to get you to chase them. And that is going to make the truth very clear. What else do you need to do to align to your highest possible financial prosperity in this month of April, the rest of this month? Interesting, 9 of Cups in reverse, I feel, is very much like not being overly confident or guarded or overly grounded into your own independent emotional state, to where you are shutting valuable opportunities out, or valuable informations or helps out. It's like, yes, spend some time with self, of course, reflect, be in your bubble, don't give so much to situations that drain. But at the same token, 9 of Cups in this deck, it's very, even though it's a great card, it's very blocked, it's very, I have this, I got this, I can do this, I'm shut out to that because I got this going. And it's like, right now, it might not be the best time to be in that stubborn, controlled position where, you're like, everything's in my control. Admit that, admit you're where you are, wherever that might be, at least with yourself, at least to yourself. Be humble, don't be stubborn. Within reason, again, to the best that you can be. And please, you guys, in these messages, only take what resonates, okay? If something feels negative for you, just reject it, that's fine. Anything else on how you can have the most financial prosperity this month? Your highest possible. Yeah. Again, a lot of this releasing energy, this moving into, this clarity, it's a lot about releasing our mistrust, or at least our focus on it as well. Our focus on situations that make us feel guarded and untrusting and suspicious and suck our energy towards the past. If you notice, there's a lot about moving forwards, being present is here and moving forwards is here. Everything is looking ahead besides the Hermit. Besides the space you carve for yourself to reflect on that hope, wish, or dream. But everything else, it wants to move forwards. The fights, the arguments, the communication that's very restricting or conflicting, the mentalities, the deceptions, the suspicions. They want to move forwards. Happiness wants to move forwards. These things don't want to just keep hanging out, okay? Clarify this for how to align to the highest possible financial prosperity path this month. Interesting. It could be beneficial for you to, when you are reflecting backwards or into your life, it may be beneficial for you to reflect on what was stable or prosperous about a situation. What is working about it. It will help bring you a lot more mental clarity and help you make clear decisions. There could be an earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus involved here. This could also have to do with work, people at work, work situations. Ten of Pentacles is all about your stability. It's all about your prosperity, how you build something here, your legacy. This can also be family energy or group energy. It's kind of a successful outcome. I see it in the past position, even the recent past. And with the Five of Swords here, there could have been some kind of a betrayal or somebody who was very out for themselves here. I feel like there's a different way of doing something. And it's important for you to acknowledge, recognize, and witness that. I also feel for some of you, you need to look out for yourself. Somebody could have done you wrong or did you dirty here, and it's time for you to look out for you. Somebody could also have fear-based mindsets here. Could be you, could be another person. There may be an example being set for you. They're saying focus on. It's about focusing on the things that have been stable and prosperous. Anything else to add to that, please? Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's no BS, no bullshit. Don't accept that from anyone. Don't accept that from anybody. You might want to look at examples of where people have had prosperity, abundance, and stability before, or where you have. Even if it's not to the height that you wanted it, what are the times where you had that? What did they look like? There could be an earth energy involved with this too. Okay. Now, I would like to look at, and don't keep yourself in waiting on this advice. We're already to the 8th of April when I'm recording this. What is it that you might need to release to help you align to your highest possible prosperity, your highest possible financial prosperity path in April? What is it that you may need to release? Any attachments that you may need to release to clear away? Anything that you need to release to align to that highest possible financial prosperity path for yourself in April? Anything that you may need to release. Seven of Cups, delusions. Again, that's the emotional confusion, and that's where the Hermit's so advantageous, because he's getting clarity by reflecting. That's where communication is so advantageous. That's where being where you are is so advantageous. That's why releasing and moving forwards from the continuing of where delusions are made, deceptions, betrayals, suspicions, negative energies, trying to manage everything to be fair to get the truth. That's why moving on to that and into your own from that into your own happiness is so important, because this just creates more and more mental strain, emotional confusion, just blurriness, that energy of delusions. What else do you need to release to align to your highest possible financial prosperity path in April? Please and thank you. The habit dependency, which could be fueling and feeding delusions, okay? This can be something that's very, abusive or very toxic, or is very hurtful to you, or it's really wearing on you. It's keeping you stuck and bound. It's a negative thing, and it's time to release that, okay? We need to release that. And if it's something like a job, a workplace, or a situation you can't just release in April, like physically, it's time to release it emotionally. And at the very least, it's time to get clear about the situation emotionally. It's time to sit there and say, okay, this is the reality I'm afraid to look at. For example, if you have a job you're stuck in, it's super hurtful to your body, mind, soul, but it's how you make money. You depend on it. So at the very least, it's time to acknowledge fully, clearly, once and for all with yourself, this job hurts me. This job is hard. This is creating so much pain. It's adding so much pain. This is where a lot of my negative energy is coming from. This is a direct result of this, I understand that this is how I make my money, and that's why I stay in it. But it feels very intense, and like making a clear, like, this is why I'm here, but this is what it's doing, this is what it's causing, this is what it's affecting. Like making a clear reality of what's actually happening in a situation, and not being afraid to at least admit that reality to yourself, whether you write it out, speak it out, make a chart, of how this is affecting all these other areas, right? But that's going to help to limit, or help to decrease and release some of these emotional delusions, and get you on a path to more clarity, okay? Because it's hard to create a new or know where we want to go if we don't acknowledge where we are fully. Anything else that you may need to release to align to your highest possible financial prosperity path in the month of April? Please and thank you. This may be about releasing somebody who's a bit underdeveloped or youthful or young with their communication or emotional communication style. Or this could be about social media, like about always looking at news of someone or something on social media. This could also be feeling like you have to do everything from the ground up, or start everything all on your own. There's many formats and templates out there that we can use. There's blueprints that we can use of people who have done things before. Anything else you may need to release to align to your highest possible financial prosperity path in April? Please and thank you. Again, I feel like we need to distinguish that some of the pain and the stuff you're going through is coming from a particular source or thing. It could be an addiction that you have, and that's why it's hard to admit it, because it's something you really feel like you appreciate and like, But it's time to admit that a lot of what's happening is coming from that. That's going to create a greater authenticity. Clarify for what they need to release. Trying to control a relationship, the timing of it. Trying to control separation or the timing of it. Trying to release, or trying to release somebody or something that is extremely controlling by understanding in yourself that same energy as well can be very helpful. These aren't super in-depth processes. Sometimes it just takes, they can be, but sometimes it just takes recognition, okay? Okay, let's see. So if you release some of this stuff, even release your truth about this stuff, then what do you replace it with? What do you focus on then? What do you focus on to align to your highest possible financial prosperity path in April? What do you focus on then? Money, abundance, maybe the literally King of Pentacles, loyalty to developing or building a wellness. I'm hearing offspring for some reason. Abundance, functioning in this way, functioning in this energy. We focus on empathy, on offering emotions, but we're putting our stability and our resources and our physical, tangible, grounded abundance and boundaries up front before our emotional empathy, before our emotional ups and downs, swings or backs and forths. What else do we focus on? What do you focus on to create financial abundance? April, highest possible. Again, Queen and King of Pentacles. You focus on prosperity. Focus on doing what you need to do, ambition, to create prosperity. You give yourself empathy as well and understand where you're coming from and why. Give yourself understanding. For some of you, this could be dealing with, earth energies, masculine or feminine. Maybe they've got a good structure. Maybe they've got something helpful. This could be you and your own energy if you're an earth sign. This little Pisces energy could be a little bit of a guide too. It's not time to get lost in the empathy though. It's time to put the foot forwards into the more grounded energies. Yeah, into your logic, your communication. King of Swords energy. Clarify. Clarify, please, for what to focus on to align to the highest possible financial prosperity path in April. This is release. You do need to focus on release. Releasing your voice, releasing your communication, releasing your creativity. This is going to help you finally could help you make amends at some point, but finally put certain situations and attachments to rest that need to. Finality, this could be around the addictions, habits, dependencies, right? But focusing on this energy of moving forwards, emotional questing here. All right? Letting something be once and for all. Let it be final. 7 of Wands, bravery. This is going to take some bravery from you. Being stern. Being fair with yourself. Really trusting yourself. Sticking out to your integrity here. Using what you've learned. Perhaps detaching from certain situations that you're too attached to. Okay? This is all going to help your financial prosperity bloom because money is energy. Finances are energy. And we have to get right with ourselves, with our mind. And we also have to release those things that pull energy that we could be using to channel into prosperity, right? So again, this is for your, highest possible prosperity path. So it's within your own means in a sense. But this is what we see for you, and I really hope that this gave you some helpful tips or advice, you guys. Sending you lots of love and wellness. May you have a prosperous April. Take care.